Volunteers Foundation 10th anniversary celebration. It's all about nurturing the human capital.
Investing in human capital is just not for growth, but we are able to create societies that are thriving, that are vibrant, and pursue the equity agenda.
Focus on is adaptability. So basically, how do you adapt to have impact not only on your own life, but also on the life of others?
I will answer your question for sure. But first, I just want to say I thank you so much for inviting me to join today. I hope that everybody in the audience is happy and healthy, all things considered, during this time of COVID. It is, and you asked that question, I feel humbled to even respond, knowing folks in the communities like Kibera and Kibera in particular. I wouldn't ever suggest that I could teach someone in Kibera how to be adaptable and resilient. If you have lived in extremely difficult circumstances, you learn to be entrepreneurial. You learn to be creative. You learn how to hustle. You find those resources that don't exist. You find a way to provide for your family. You learn how to get an education for your children, how to adapt and how to challenge. The power of education, the importance of nutrition and health. I know Kibera. For those of you who haven't been, and I know many of you have been there on the ground and are living there now and doing this important work. If you haven't been, though, it is a vibrant community that has struggled with issues of cyclical poverty after decades of colonial policies that limited the rights and opportunities of Black Kenyan residents. The communities like Kibera grew, not surprisingly. And although there have been decades of debate about the size of Kibera, it's probably about 1 million residents. I can't applaud enough the work of the Volunteers Foundation. I congratulate VF on a 10-year anniversary. As you know, the work we're doing is changing lives, if not saving lives, period.
Recognizing that sustainable development, democracy, and peace are indivisible is an idea whose time has come.
My story is a little bit the story of two Smoky Mountains. Close to Atlanta, you have the beautiful Smoky Mountains of the North Carolinas, but close to Manila, where I used to live, was also Smoky Mountains, and the Smoky Mountains close to Manila is a massive dump site. Only about 20% is actually being recycled, so 80% is not circular. And I think we have to put the bar higher and say, well, how can we create a system that really enriches the planet and enriches from environmental? So the concept of waste should be completely rethought, because nothing should go to waste.
On the dot, we start the last session. We've been having 3 amazing sessions covering very important topics. I would like to just go briefly through the learnings that we took from them. We started with the human capital and how important the human capital is. Of course, investing in the human capital is the key investment that all countries are supposed to do. The adaptability in our evolution and in our 10 years of Volunteers Foundation, we needed to adapt so many times and adjust our journey. However, we never missed the objective. We never missed the focus, and what the end game is to empower and enable people. And with Peter, of course, we went through sustainability and how the future was going to look for us if we adopt sustainable solutions. This brings me to the last session, and she mentions she had no choice, and with it, it means she actually made a choice. The choice to be who she is, no matter the circumstances. It gives me a great pleasure to introduce to you Dr. Auma Obama. Auma, are you there?
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
Very important factor is that the exchange of knowledge, because as we
Absolutely.
work, when we're looking at these indigenous trees that we're growing,
I don't know them. I don't know their names. I go into the community. So my experts are actually in the community. So by enabling them to be the ones to teach us, we then say, hey, you guys were doing something wonderful. We will support you to do it again. And we will walk the walk with you. So
much learning to do and so much more to do out there. I am going to close with the last question. Where nonprofits will be in 10 years? And this is really the last question. I promise.
It depends on what nonprofits do. I would like to say that 10 years is too short. Normally we should work in a way that eventually we're not necessary. I got the tail end of the last session where I heard, I think it was Peter was saying, I'm not sure, was saying that the world can actually feed itself and nobody should be able to go hungry. That is a fact. Beyond even thinking about the ways, one of the things we need to focus on working holistically, but really creating an awareness. If all NGOs, with all the work that they do, and I don't like using this word often because it sounds so godly, but could empower or expose their beneficiaries to understanding that they have rights and that they can also make a difference. They're also responsible for what happens, and they do something themselves. If we can all do that, we will become leaner as NGOs, but we can then become experts that work alongside healthy communities to help them and enhance what already they've created for themselves.
With this said, I struggle to give closure. In all honesty, I would like to continue, but it is not possible. I will have to. So we took a lot of learning. We thank you very much for being with us. I know for you it's been a very long day, so once more, I appreciate it a lot. We'll be in touch and we'll continue our conversation.